JoJo has fun. Can one of you set a timer, please, for 25 minutes?
I won't, but I'll say that I'm going to.
Okay.
I will, but I'm not going to say that I'm going to pay attention to it when it goes off.
That's so both of those are useless for different reasons. But they are both useless, so there's at least that.
Oh, I'm so excited about the houseboat.
Yeah, welcome to JoJo Has Fun, Comedy Let's Play, Sandbox Saturday Edition, where now Jeff's around. I had one drink today.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am, as
you're
the
gone.
kids, as the kids say, I am turned.
You are
I was
lit.
going to say you're faded. Yeah,
if you
that's a
go
good
and
one.
smoke a little bit of weed, you'll be cross-faded.
Oh, I kind of want to smoke a little bit of weed, but my mother-in-law's here, so I'm not
Oh,
going to do
no.
that.
Well, why don't you get
Also,
crossfaded with your mom?
Yeah, that's the ultimate crossfade. Is
I
when
could
you
try to
smoke.
feed her some CBD. She might be into it.
What would you put it in to feed it to her?
Well,
like
I would just
like a
give
dog,
it to
peanut
her
butter?
like no. I would actually. I don't believe in drugging people without their
Well, it's illegal,
knowledge and
so yeah,
consent.
you shouldn't
Yeah,
do that.
Jeff, you monster.
So I would just tell her what it was, and then I would give it to her, and then she would decide whether or not she wanted to consume it, and then she either would or would not, and then we would see what happens from there.
That's the worst. That's the worst way that you could have ended that sentence. Is I'm going to drug my mom, and we'll see what happens.
We'll
from
see
there.
where the night takes us.
Might get a little rip more out. So this is the Tenants. We are apartment owners, and we're cleaning up apartments.
That's a nice. Oh, I would love to do that. I used to do that a lot when I was a kid because my parents were apartment managers, and what we do is we go into vacated units and then, like make them look nice and being able to rent again. And I get a weird satisfaction from cleaning. I think because of doing that for most of my childhood.
Well, I think there is a satisfaction to cleaning because you're taking something is like other people would be like, I don't like that. And you're making it like a likable thing. And that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh man, I spent 7 hours today in my new office building. And a lot of the time that was spent was like organizing chairs and like moving stuff around and trying to get the flow right. And then the doctor and her mom walked in and they were both like,
Oh,
this
where
looks
are
like
we gonna
shit.
put all this baby oil?
No, they were like, wow, this really looks like shit. And I was like, yeah, but it looked like way shitter. Like,
yeah,
a few hours
it's
ago,
an
like,
increase.
I spent so much time like making it look nice, and then they came in. It's sort of like when you loosen the jar. They came in and they were like, oh, it's a good thing that we got here because this place looked like shit. I was just like, okay.
Did you take personal offense to that, Kim?
No, but like,
Did it make you angry, Kim?
Do you want to quit your job, Kim? Now, do you want to quit?
No, I actually am still super excited about it, but I am very excited that the manager from the other place that is the doctor's mom is not my manager.
Doctor
because
mom.
She
Does she suck?
she's very controlling, and she like she
Sounds
just
like a
started like
doctor
moving
mom.
furniture and like hanging pictures and stuff without asking her daughter if that's where she should have them. Like, and then she started telling me about like MySpace and what MySpace needs to do, and I was just like, okay, like, but like you don't work. Okay, all right, I guess I'll do that.
So the doctor mom comes in and tries to run the joint. What's doctor mom's profession, if not doctor mom?
Practice manager.
Oh,
I was
don't
actually thinking, Jeff, what you were trying to go for was like a pilot. Like for a sitcom.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like she was all doctor until it turns out that she had a kid she didn't know about, which is shocking. But she
It
did.
happens.
Especially as a woman.
Yeah,
As a woman.
As a woman, finding out that you have a kid you didn't know about is a surprise.
but now she has to decide, is she doctor or is she mom? Doctor
And
mom.
it turns out that she's both doctor mom.
Dr. Mom.
I just
Dr.
spoiled
Mom.
the whole first season. I'm sorry.
No, Jeff, you didn't, because here's the thing. That's the lesson she learns at the end of episode 1, but she has to keep learning that lesson every episode.
It's the journey, Jeff.
She gets disbarred from being a doctor in season 2, so she can know she is only a mom.
So, Jeff,
she's-
it's cute you think that the state bar is what determines if you're
That's
a
what I just
doctor.
went with. That was more of a TV guideline because people
Yeah.
would think that, you know what, that makes
They
sense.
believe that. That they're like, yeah, no, that scans.
Yeah. You got.
Oh my God.
You can't be a doctor anymore. Is she going to be happy just being a mom? And then season 3, obviously, it's flipped. She gets disbarred from being a mom.
Yeah,
and
they
she
have a
is
kid taken away.
And she is only a doctor. And then
Yep.
season 4, it's 20 years later, and she has to find out how to make those two worlds coincide.
Yeah,
It's a time skip, which is a big thing now in TV shows.
Oh my God.
I hate it though.
You hate time skips?
It's like
I
yeah,
hate
because it's
time
like, hey,
skips.
you know how you invested all this emotional energy into a character? They're old and not in the show anymore.
That's why I didn't like Parks and Rec in the last season or so when they did that time skip. I was just like, I missed all the interesting stuff between what I knew and now what's happening.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Jeff, we start our stories where they start.
No.
Joe, why don't you go get therapy?
Ouch.
I will this Wednesday. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna tell him. I got what the kids call bad brain.
My brain.
I got
My brain's bad. My dad tried to hit it out of me when I was little, but I guess there's still
you know
some
what's
inside
the
of there.
worst? JoJo had like an okay upbringing, and he's still not happy.
That's right, Kim.
That's really hard.
Save some for the whales. Me
No,
being
it
the whale.
sucks.
It's tough all over. Is the lesson?
Well, because it's
here.
like, no, because it's like, you know, obviously, yeah, if you were diddled, they're going to work on that. But like,
What if they have to really dig on you? They're going to have to really find out what your version of being diddled is.
Why can't I be done with this place?
well, I mean, you could have been diddled. Maybe is that what you're going to focus on? I don't know.
I was
What
not,
character are you going to go in here? What's this character you're going to create and take into this therapy session with you? That's what I want to know.
Are you going to be professional, Joe?
This is fun. What character will I be on
Yeah.
my therapy audition? Let's just call
Yeah,
it what it is.
what mask are you going to wear to this therapist to make her try to like you? Because I'm assuming it's a woman.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah, because you preferred and requested a female.
No, because they're
lady?
always women.
Or,
That's just what we do in
It's
therapy.
Yeah. Guys don't care. They just tell me to suck it up, cream puff.
No, they become general practitioners.
Play some football. Have you tried playing football?
Oh my God, though, Joe, did you try playing football?
Yes, I did.
Jojo
Okay.
Lewis does sound like I could read that name on a football trading card.
I did football for 2 years in high school.
Oh, see, but you give up on things. Is
Yeah.
that what she's gonna find out?
Kim, I've done this show for 4 years with almost zero success. So
I know it's a failure.
Yeah,
How does that feel?
How's that feel?
listen, guys, I love your amateur therapy. I'm wild about it, but I don't want to save all my best bits. I'm gonna
Okay, you're
save
right.
them.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're paying the $25 copay to give her your good information.
I am. I better
wait.
not be. This therapy better be free.
No, she's a specialist. You're gonna pay the special copay.
Oh,
Sorry,
beans.
Bobo.
Oh no. So
Yeah.
I cannot be done with this one. It just won't let me be
All
done.
right, let me focus. I've been playing Blush Blush. Let me focus on this.
So I like the interior look. I wish the floor was a little bit lighter color than the walls on that room.
It literally will not let me finish this job. Like
What are
it's
you
saying,
missing? You must be missing something.
It says begin renovation, and it doesn't
Okay.
let me be done. Like
I'm looking over on the right
Okay,
hand
so
side.
room 1, lower deck cabin decor. You've got 3% left because you have the wrong room type.
no, because it wants me to. Okay, it wants the captain's cabin to have this hammock in it, right?
Which makes no sense.
That was quite the
Let's see.
sneeze.
But it's not letting. Like, there's nothing else to add here unless I can't see.
It's the wrong room type. That's what it says on the corner. I don't know what that
It
means.
says wrong room type in red. Can you change the room type?
Like maybe it wasn't supposed to be that room that you made into the captain's cabin, and you
That's
really
s-
fucked up.
That'd be awful if it was the room next to it. It's so much smaller.
I mean,
Well, the captain's cabin. Maybe that's the captain's cabin.
maybe this is the captain's cabin. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Can you change what the room is? I mean, like, do you just give it is there a preset for captain's cabin? What? Wait, there it goes.
There
Now
you
it
go.
likes
There
it.
it goes.
Turns out you were wrong, Jojo.
Well, now it doesn't let me do jack shit.
We'll go to the other room now because now the other room's missing all its shit, you dingus.
It's sailor's hammock. It says it's missing, so you need 2 sailor hammocks.
No, okay.
No, so go back over to
So
the other
this
room now.
this room here. You see this?
yeah.
This had the sailor's hammock in it, and it said it was the wrong room type. Then this room, I'm just gonna give up.
Wow. Okay. How does that make? So giving up. That's your.
Yeah,
That's how you handle this
that's how
situation?
I handle that situation.
Okay.
Yeah, but hey, guess what? I just paid all my bills, so fuck off. How about that?
Okay. Is that how you handle the situation?
You
You
know,
think money will fix all your problems, Jojo? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, 1%. Thank you.
I had a really fucked up situation at work where one of my coworkers was like, I was like, oh, what does your son do for work? And she's like, oh, he does blankety blank blank. It's kind of hard to explain. He's a water treatment professional. He treats water. It's kind of hard to explain. I was like, well, you kind of just like explained it exactly like that. She's like, well, he makes like buckets and buckets and buckets of money, like much.
Kim, because of the water.
Yeah. But then she was just like, he makes so much money. And I was like, oh, you're obviously very proud of that. Does he like his job? And she's like, no, he actually has to travel like a bunch. And I was like, oh, that's too bad.
So I'd be like, so what's the point of this conversation, lady?
I know,
what are
right?
you trying to get to me?
How do I get out of this conversation quicker?
Right, because I was just kind of like, you're clearly trying to impress me by telling me that your son, who you had when you were 14 years old, has this like high-paying job that he doesn't even like.
But buckets, Kim.
Kim,
He makes so much.
But here's the
money.
thing: the buckets could be filled with just $1 bills. That's not that much. You should have asked her specifically how many.
Yeah, how much? What
type?
What's denomination?
Don't
of
tell
money?
me the container.
Yeah.
Tell me what's within the container.
That would be a thing that you should just start doing. Is when somebody starts going into like finance stuff to try and impress you, ask very specific questions.
Yeah.
Oh, really? What type of W-4 do they fill out during? Oh, what's the W-2 that they do? Oh, okay. What income tax bracket are they in? Okay, that's cool.
What does their financial advisor say the percentage of growth was for the last calendar year?
Oh, well, Chipler must be doing really well. Is he taking the standard deduction this year, or is he itemizing?
Does he have offshore bank accounts?
And if
what are they?
what country? Thank you, Jeff. In what country?
Thank you.
So in this scenario, Jeff and I are together fucking with this family. I'm imagining we've gone to some place for Thanksgiving and we're having none of this bullshit.
Yeah, well, that's how I felt, where I was just kind of like, why are you trying to impress me with this? Like, clearly you don't know who I am, because she really didn't. She did not know who I was.
Was she trying to, like, set you up with him? She was trying to...
No.
Hey, Kim, are you saying that, like, do you not know who I am? Are you saying, like, you don't know who I am?
As a socialist demi-communist, I don't give a shit what her son makes for money.
Demi? What happened?
Yeah, what happened, Kim? Where'd
Well,
the other
I
part
own
go?
a house.
Doesn't matter how many flags you fly in front of that house, Kim, it's still a house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
That
need
I
to rent
own.
like the rest of the bourgeoisie.
Yeah.
Or was
Wait,
it the
are we the
proletariat? Wait
Yeah,
a minute.
I don't know what the fuck you are, man.
Which is the one that puts on rent, and which is the one who watches rent?
The proletariats are the goodies. I
Okay.
think.
So
the
they're
bourgeoisie or the baddies?
Yeah, the baddies. The
Okay.
bourgeoisie are the baddies.
So just look at the average performance of rent, and whoever is where. If they're on the stage, they're probably good. If they're in the crowd, they're probably villains, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're putting on a show for the bourgeoisie,
Yes.
and you go back to you squat in your hovel, and then they go to their castle on the mountain.
It is a
Talk about how
mountaintop castle.
last week was better. These people don't like this house at all, Joe.
I know, but okay, this person preferences someone 24. This person's a barman. This is a butcher.
Oh, they're an alcoholic?
I love that. Okay, wait.
I like this house now. It's fine.
An athlete with an occupation. They find this appalling. They don't say how much I need to get this place for, so I'm just gonna put it for like $1,400.
That's the mortgage on that
I'll
or the
accept
rent,
the current offer.
That's the rent.
which is basically a mortgage.
It's basically a mortgage. For a millennial, rent is mortgage.
It's a mortgage, no strings attached.
I would love it if they could do things more often where it was like, I could rent this apartment. Me and Danielle were talking to our neighbor, and the guy who lives in our building, who lives above the unit that JoJo and Holly could have been living in.
You gotta stop
She was
describing
good
it that way. You're going to hurt yourself. You're just
And-
gonna make yourself sad.
And he, look, I'm not going to
And
therapy.
you.
And you.
Yeah, he's not the one going to therapy. Which is
he's-
a problem, by the way. Jeff, you need to go to therapy.
Look.
Cause Jeff, I
isn't
had one drink on a Friday, and you said, and I quote, "pussy."
Yeah.
Why
On a
did
Friday?
By the way, why did you have a drink? What
what's
prompted
the celebration?
this drink? What prompted the drinking?
I watched Alton Brown make one, and Alton Brown
Oh.
is cool, and I thought I can do that, so I made a gin and tonic, and it was very, very nice.
Mike drinks gin and tonics very frequently.
When I would go to bars, I would order that because I thought it was fancy. And I wanted to
Oh,
get something.
actually poor Jeff.
No, Kim, he's a classy French hooker who we fly to
Yeah.
Dubai to stay in a underwater hotel.
I would wear my little newsboy cap in the bar, and I would order a gin and tonic, and I'd be like, ho, ho, ho.
I'm French now.
I just read this new book by Baudelaire. Baudelaire.
I mean,
let me tell you about them. These flowers are fucking wild, y'all.
they're evil.
Thank you, Kim. You're a good pal.
He has lived in that apartment we found out today since 1986.
Wow.
That's older than me.
It's the same age as me.
I was 2. But like it's just a thing. I'm just like, really, like if you live in one place for that long
And it's not yours.
and it's not yours, you should at least get some
He
part
could
ownership
be
of
out
it.
on his ass in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I asked him, I was like, hey, do you like it? Because I was like, you can move downstairs and be closer to the ground because my friend JoJo decided that he didn't want to live beneath you.
Jeff,
And
that's really,
fine.
seriously, that was the pitch you made? You could be closer to the ground? He's old, clearly.
Yeah, he's super old, dude. It's better to be closer to the ground, but he said he loves it. He said he loves his apartment.
Well, I'm happy.
So
for him.
guess what? That could be you, JoJo. You could have moved into that place and then in 32 years not had anything to show for it.
Well, you had a place to live for 34 years.
That's a lot more than we can say for ourselves right now. Every time you move, that clock resets.
Yeah, Jeff, I hate to be a dick, but some guy who's 21 years old could be like, yeah, I was talking to a guy today, and he's 37 years old, and he's been renting his entire life.
So Jeff, hear that as if you were the one who wasn't intended to hear that, and feel bad.
At least I'm still part of an organization. I'm not even going to go that way. I'm not a demi, Kim. I'm not a demi. I'm a full-on...
Jeff, I feel as if that there was something happening there, and you just bailed out.
I bailed out super hard because I couldn't remember the word.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I said demi-communist.
Yeah,
and
at least I could say that I'm a full communist because I don't own property, Kim.
I just dropped a Rolo. Are you happy? You just made me drop my Rolo.
That was what I was going for. I couldn't remember what Kim said because I wasn't paying attention to her.
That's
I
fair.
know.
I only listen to full communists.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Their early stuff is great.
Yeah.
Full communists. I love that band.
But
If you love the full communists, name 3 of their albums, Kim.
Trick question. They didn't have any albums.
Yeah, it was all
Correct.
EPs actually.
They only performed lives.
Yeah.
They didn't want to
Damn,
sell
this Rolo's
anything
good.
because they thought that music should be free and enjoyed out in the public.
And then they all starved to death.
Well, their first album, Copy Wrong, was a very good album. It was given away
dang.
for free on Napster.
I have
Napster
Napster
goes.
on my phone, actually.
Napster sounds like an app now that you would have that would tell you when it's time to take a nap.
I know, but it's actually just it's just Napster again.
It's just Spotify, basically, right?
Well, no, yeah, but no, they bought Rhapsody. Rhapsody changed their name to Napster.
What a lateral move.
Yeah,
know, right? Why
extremely
did they do that?
lateral.
Why did they do that?
Napster at
don't
least
know,
has
like
the brand recognition.
Well, no, but it is. I think that's what they did. They wanted to be cool, and so they changed their name to Napster. And so now I have Napster on my phone.
Just
really do.
change your name to something cooler when you get old and lame. So just like I'm not Jeff anymore. I'm cool skateboard guy.
This is
My
like
name
Scarface.
isn't JoJo. My name is Blade Skybend.
Ooh, Blades.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me exactly what's going on here with that fucking chaise lounge
Oh,
and the couch.
That's
This
JoJo's
is-
therapy room.
thank
That's where
you,
he's gonna go.
Jack. I was going right there.
Oh, he couldn't make it there in time.
God,
Six-
you beat me to it, you fucking asshole.
6 feet of distance between you and the person who's asking you intimate details about your life.
Did I ever tell you about the time? So I once went to a therapy for couples. We could call it couple therapy.
I
But
believe, Kim, I asked you about that, and you described it as a, quote, racket.
First of all, it is an excellent thing if you and your spouse need a common enemy. If you and your significant other need to both hate a single person that is not each other, I strongly recommend couples therapy. Because-
Kim Martell, vision of mental health.
Well, I just feel like the whole time she wanted us to talk about sex and we just never did, and she was deeply disappointed.
Listen,
She's like gripping her leg.
job, Kim, her job is to mediate arguments for people who should break up. The best thing that she can get out of her life is hearing about how they boink weird.
Yeah, right? And like we never talked about boinking ever. We, like
Ever.
ever. Cuz like Our boinking was fine.
Which is so weird because it's all you talk about when you're discussing
When you're
things
with us, Kim, with us, you're friends who eat before this show.
And now I have to go to therapy because you said those things. So it's a fucking circle that you made, Kim.
Jeff, thank you for being brave.
Yeah,
thank you for being the bravest boy on the show.
Look, I paid $25. I'm not gonna make her listen to my boinking.
But that's
stories.
why. But Kim, she paid $130,000 to get a degree in hearing about boinking for like doctor purposes.
People become therapists purely because their kink is to hear about people's boinking, and it's an
Yes,
expensive
Kim,
kink.
that's her kink. Why shame her?
Yeah. Now she has to go to therapy.
No, she had to go to therapy. They came to my office for months, for an hour at a time, and not once, not even once, did they talk about boinking. Not even once. It was all cats.
It was all
The
cats.
opposite of boinking.
Well, now hold on, Jeff. Let's not throw out the baby with the bathwater here.
Did you get anything from her? How long did you go?
Oh, I don't know. We probably went for 3 or 4
Don't
months.
Please say years.
Okay. Oh, Jesus
No.
God.
No, we went for like 3 or 4 months every week, and honestly, we only really started to feel like we didn't need to go anymore, and really started to like work as a team again, like truly not just saying like we're a team, but like actually working as a team. Once we both realized that we fucking hated that woman, and we both believed that she was pitting us against each other.
And then you come to this realization, and the day that you finally cancel that appointment,
And,
she
and
looks
you know
up at
what,
the
Kim?
sun
And what we didn't see, Jeff, if I may,
go for it.
what happened was, Kim, you said, listen, we're not going to therapy anymore because we hate you. And then what she did was she took off her whistle. Therapists have whistles. She took off her whistle and she put it in your hand and clasped her hand around yours and said, "You're the therapist now." And then she sprouted wings and returned to heaven.
That's basically the direction I was going. Yeah.
That's a wonderful
exactly,
direction
yeah.
to take.
She slow clapped as we canceled the appointment and avoided reasons to go see her.
My take was she was walking down the road and she looked wistfully back at you and Mike before she disappeared into the sunset. So
She Mary Poppins. She
Mary
like,
Poppins
flew
did
away
a
on
little
a
bit.
on a
time to
umbrella.
find another couple that won't tell me about their
What, okay, here's a question. Was Mary Poppins problematic?
No, why would
don't-
she be? I've watched
think
a lot
so.
of Mary Poppins really recently, so go on.
Have you
Tell
watched
me,
the new one?
I-
It's the new
I
one.
don't-
Yeah, I watched a new one.
I don't know. I'm asking you guys.
I
No,
don't
she
think
wasn't.
so. I can't think of anything she did that was bad. Maybe.
So, essentially-
aside from the fact that she's trying to like just work for rich people and make their children better individuals, despite the fact that there's still an economic disparity between them and the chimney sweep.
Get him, Jeff. Fucking get him.
Teach the kids to give their money away. How about that, Mary Poppins?
Ooh,
Well,
get
he
him,
tried
Jeff.
to give his money away, and the banker stole it.
I don't remember
Jeff.
that part, Kim. I just remember where she told them to eat sugar. That's
I
problematic.
do remember a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Well, the whole point of that song is when you have to do something you don't want to do,
Sweeten
you
it up.
could at least like try to find. There's always some good part.
So, Kim, what you're trying to say is if there's something you don't want to do, just get an opiate, like for
Yeah.
the masses, and that'll
I
help
think-
you do it.
I could go to work if I drink during it.
Yeah, if there's something you don't want to do, just shut the fuck up and do it. Mary Poppins, 1959. Or whatever it was.
you almost nailed it, and then you fucked up right at the end.
1964. And you know what? The new Mary Poppins, good. It was a good movie. It was
Yeah?
enjoyable.
It's hard
It
to
had-
fuck up Mary Poppins. It's a very basic
Well,
blueprint to go
no,
with.
that's not true. People have a very clear expectation of what Mary Poppins should look like, and this woman was supposed to be Mary Poppins.
It's
not
Emily.
a,
It's Emily Blunt or whatever.
right, and it's Julie Andrews is the original Mary Poppins, and so she shows up and she's supposed to be Mary Poppins. She's supposed to be Julie Andrews.
She's not modern era of Mary Poppins.
She wasn't
No,
like
she's-
it wasn't like Juliet. Is Julie Andrews dead? Let's
No,
start.
she's
She's
there.
not. No,
So did
she's not
Julie
dead.
Andrews make a cameo as the original Mary Poppins?
No, she didn't. She did make a cameo.
Okay, she had.
She
to.
did make a cameo, and Dick Van Dyke made a cameo.
But not as Mary?
no, because Mary Poppins was in the movie as Mary Poppins.
But what I'm
So it's an AU. It's the same Mary Poppins, but it's
but is it? But what I'm asking is it like, okay, Kim? So what you're saying is it literally is they recast Julie Andrews with Emily Blunt, and it wasn't a Tim Allen Santa Claus situation with Miss Poppins herself.
No, Mary. So Julie Andrews goes up into the sky, and then when the children need her again, she floats back down, and she's Emily Blunt, but she's still supposed to be Mary Poppins, and everybody.
Wait,
and
is it
the
a
kids-
sequel? It's not a remake?
No, it's a sequel.
What?
What are the kids doing now? Do they have like jobs?
No, they are. So it's the kids. It's the boys' kids that.
So it's
and
not, it's
she-
modern era now. Well, really, it should be in the 80s or 70s.
But no, it wasn't modern era to begin with. It was supposed to be in the
Well, the original was in like the fucking
1890s or the 1910s.
So Kim, you're telling me that you're.
So this is like the 1940s or 1930s.
I
we
feel
thought
like
it.
I'm learning a lot right now, Jeff.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, Kimberly, that they made a sequel to Mary Poppins that chronologically is like a month later, but
What are
it's
you talking about?
because you
No, it's
said
the
it's
kids'
still,
kids.
Is it the
So
kids'
it's like
kids?
it's like 20 years later, probably.
Yeah.
And Mary Poppins is the same age?
Yeah, then they comment on how weird that is that she
Is she-
doesn't age.
Is she a vampire?
I don't know. She's magical, Jeff.
do they draw attention to the fact that it's Emily Blunt?
No, they say she looks exactly the same and she hasn't aged a day.
That sounds fucking rude, if anything.
Yeah.
I would
And
say
so-
that Emily Blunt looks kind of younger than Julie Andrews did at the time, but that's just me.
I don't know.
What I'm
look
gonna just
younger.
look up. Okay, let's hold
Just
on.
so you know,
while
25
the
minutes
review's
has passed, by
happening,
the
I'm
way.
just gonna just quickly.
Yeah, it's
Google,
been 25 minutes, but you got to look up Emily Blunt.
Well, no, I'm gonna look up Skinwalker. I'm gonna see if that's
Wait,
the
what?
mythical creature I'm thinking of. A harmful witch with the ability to turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as an animal.
It's a druid.
No, never used for healers.
Oh.
So Mary Poppins.
Is Mary? It was Mary Poppins a cryptid?
Julie Andrews was 27 years old when she played Mary Poppins.
So Mary Poppins Returns is about Mary Poppins returning.
Fighting-
I don't know why that was so
It's like
difficult for us
Batman
to
Returns.
Jeff,
was
shut
very-
up! I was gonna say she fought the penguin.
So you guys did see it. Fuck you.
No, I didn't see it.
No, because there were penguins.
Oh.
No, there weren't. And she's 38.
Emily Blunt.
So she was,
she was in her
would've been
mid
30.
30s.
Yeah, so she would have been 36 or 35.
So she went into some sort of cryostasis between the first movie and the second
No,
movie.
Jeff. When you pass through the liminal barrier of space, time slows down.
When she
Idiot.
flew on her umbrella, she actually flew at the speed of light, which meant that when she traveled, time moved faster for us, but she didn't age much.
Da-doy. Well, anyway, thank you for joining us on JoJo Has Fun. God, I wish we could keep playing this, but unfortunately, Kim says it's bedtime.
Oh, what the fuck? It's my fault? You're right, it's bedtime. It's totes bedtime.
It is bedtime.
Thank you for joining us on the Tenants. I know we didn't talk about the game much, but you know what? It's Saturday. You had a fun day just hanging out with your good pals JoJo, Kim, and Jeff as they play video games.
Yeah, it ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing.
No, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Well.